Hi everyone, I'm Cindy and welcome to my channel. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing an urban landscape painting featuring the Roman Szmal Aquarius urban landscape palette. I just love these full pans. I love them. The colors are awesome. And my photo reference will be this amazing architectural gem in Bologna, Italy. I just love that building right in the middle. So come with me as I do an urban landscape painting featuring the Roman Szmal Aquarius palette that I had purchased at the Fabriano Aquarelle 2026 Watercolor Festival in Bologna, Italy. So the next page I did a quick sketch of both photos. This is very ambitious because I never did this before. And this one is Bologna. I love the architecture of that building. Oh, so interesting. So my goal is to provide the most recognition of a building with minimal details. That's the goal. What you have to do is consider the buildings as shapes only. I sketched this out with my watercolor, both of these with my watercolor pencil. I started to get into two details like windows and such. And you shouldn't be doing that. You should just be focused on shapes and then later on do details. Now, what I'm also going to do, which is a first for me, is probably going to use this Micron pen, 0.5. It's sepia color. So I'm not ready to use black yet. So I'll probably do that as the finishing touches. On this one, there's tons of people. I don't know if I'm going to put the people in there because I don't want this to be a super long video. So to be continued with that. Let's see. You see, with these ACEOs that I did on location, I think it was just so much detail I put in. I wanted mine to be a lot looser, to be honest. This set happens to be my favorite. You see, I was a little bit looser than this, I think. These I was looser. And this was my last night in Bologna than these. I think I was. But, so let's see. I don't know. I learned so much just watching Sketches and Scrubs video, her landscape marathon. I'm going to start with the number 8 Dugato. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is start with this because I'm lefty and I'm going to use the Aquarius palette for this painting. So just think of them as shapes. I'm going to start with this gold, this natural sienna light. This is very much like the buildings over there. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. That's it. Just gonna go for it. I'm gonna do a wash. You know, I just realized that this doesn't have a mixing area. That's interesting. Okay. I'm thinking of these as shapes. So all I'm doing is thinking of these as shapes. Sketches and Scrubs also used unusual colors. Like I'm going for the gold. I think she went with a sienna, dark sienna for these buildings, which is interesting. Why don't I move this over here? So I'm not. Okay, so I'm putting a wash down. Or a light wash, rather. This I don't have to worry because a lot of it is in shadow. So I'm thinking them as shapes, just thinking of them as shapes. Just go for it, thinking of them as shapes. That's all I'm doing. Okay, and this is going to be interesting. Okay, I'm going to use this as a mixing palette because I don't have one. All right, so this looks a little bit of this, looks a little bit of this sienna light, natural sienna light with the ochre. And I'm going to do the little tower that's here. Okay, that's in shadow. Actually, that's a continuation. I should have. Let me just do another continuation of that. It's also in shadow, so to be noted. This building in the far right is going to be, red. Wow, this is almost like the perfect color for this building. This palette captures the colors of Italy, basically. It seems that way. Look at that. Why am I stretching? Should put it out here. Okay. Okay. What I should do is, see, I'm being a little detailed over here, but it's okay. They have like these V shapes. So move this over just for a moment. Put that there. Okay. And then what she had done, sketches and scrubs is what I'm referring to, sketches and scrubs. I'm trying to remember. She did a similar, she has a picture of the same building. So she added the shadows. See, I get a little nervous. That's a lot of water. Actually, did that wrong, so let me just do that there. Well, there is no such thing as wrong. But there is that, and then there is that. Okay. And then there is that. Actually, this is a lot darker, so I could go really dark here. So I'm just thinking of shapes. That's all I'm doing, is just shapes. And there is some light. There is some light there. Don't get hung up on the windows and such, not yet. Okay. There were, let's see. Okay, that's just a start. That's the start. Oh, and then there are shadows here, like serious shadows here on the side of the building. Now let me see. Hold on. So that goes down here and down there. That goes. That is shadow. Okay. All right. So then there's this green. It's only one green. Let me see if I. Let me see if you know what? I'll use this green. Why not? Okay, I'll use some of that. I'll use some of this green to get some of. Let's see. There's. See if I can do. I'm gonna use a little mini set too. Why not? It's right there. I wasn't, but I decided. Okay. And then there's a little bit of. Okay. All right. Like, you know, I think I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush. This is a number 8. I'm going to go with another number 5 round from Dugato. They're both from Dugato. Let me just finish what I was about to do. So this is dark. This is very dark. Much darker than this. I think what I'm going to do is a very light. See, there's umbrellas down here. See if I could add that. Oh, you know what? And there is also, I just saw. Okay. There's also like an awning there in that red building. I'm not gonna pay attention to that W sign. I don't know what it refers to, but so let me just. There is like an awning. Okay. Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy duty awning. It's a heavy duty awning there. All right. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that with the blue. Let's see if I could do the umbrellas. Do these umbrellas first, I think. Yeah, that's perfect because. All right, then actually that covers there. And then there's another one that's right next to it. Exaggerate the little points. And there's another one. There's a smaller one right there. Oh, that one's still wet. It's still wet. That's okay. And then there's one that's like right. Just gonna add a point just so that you can really tell that's an umbrella. Okay, so then there's that. There's a bunch of people there. I don't know. I might not put them there. I don't know. There is an archway there. Archway there. There is an archway there. That's a lot of water. That's okay. It's not as wide as I should put it. That's wide. And then there's another one here. And then there's another one there. Oops, that's really, didn't want it to be like that. Even though it is in the shadow, it should be. And then there's like another one there. That one's in the, that's in the shadow. That's completely in the shadow. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me just add some lines here because that's like the windows. The windows. Add lines. More lines. Okay, that's 2. More lines there. And then there's some lines here. They're buildings, they're smaller buildings. That one has lines all the way down. Then there's some talking to myself. Hope I'm not the only one. And then there's some lines here. And there's lines there. They get smaller as they get less defined as per perspective. And then okay, put that there. And there's 2 windows there. See them. There is, this does go across. Okay. I like the looseness of this. I'm just putting these in place now. I'm like sketching with my brush. And then there's, oh yeah, there's okay. And then this has yeah, these have arches. I'm just putting placements here. These have these have arches. Oops, that's a lot of water. This has like a reddish top to it. This tower, well, it has, oops, it has this. Has a line there. Has another line. Has like a window here. That's an interesting tower. Has another window there. It's like this looks like it has another window there. I'm proud, I'm almost done. Yay! These have like arches. Okay. Now I'm gonna do really gonna do a wash over here. There's like a lot of bicycles there too. I'll see if I could do that. Let me do a wash over here. There is like a reddish thing happening over here. That's, I guess that could be a gate. Switch to my number 8 Ducato, and let me just do this. That's like a little sign there or something. I don't know. Okay, so I'm almost done, believe it or not. Okay, I'm switching back to the number 5 round. Just that there. Wow, that is a bright color. I didn't want that to be that bright. That's okay. Didn't want to spend that much time on this. What I'm gonna do is color this all like gray. I'm gonna switch over to the flathead. Just do this. Maybe in the end, I don't know, off camera I might do this. I might add people. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But let me just, yeah, I'll just do that. Okay. All right. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Make this a little. This is really in the dark. That is really in the dark. So I'm just gonna really put it. This one too. This is in the dark. These buildings here are really dark. So let me just add a glaze, which just means another layer. Let me finish this one first. Because it's really dark. Yeah, this is really dark. It's a lot of water. That's a lot of water. Okay, so add a little bit of the detail. Yeah, there's that, and then there's that, and then there's like a line there. Oh, there is a line there too. What am I doing? There is a line there. Actually, it should be darker. This is not totally correct, but that's okay. Not totally accurate. And there's a line here. Whoa. Didn't want that to happen. Okay. All right, so what else What am I gonna do? I'm gonna just darken these a little bit. Let me just darken these a little bit. Try to anyway. It's not. Actually, there is like an arch there. See, it's not perfect. There's an arch there. And then there's like 2 windows. There's like 2 windows. And an arch. Okay. And that's the same thing there. There's an arch there and 2 windows. Okay. So I'm almost done, I think. You see, I'm trying to do less definition. I'm trying to accomplish less details, but you get to see what the building is. Like you see this building and you see the picture. It's like, oh yeah, I see it. I hope. This is all new to me, so I don't know how I'm doing. Oh, you know what? I've also wanted to distinguish some of the umbrellas here. And I'll figure out what to do with the rest. Okay. All right. Well, you know what I need to do now? I almost forgot. I almost forgot the sky. How could I? You know what? I need a little more detail with that, but let me do the sky. Let me do good old favorite, ultramarine. Now what Sketches and Scrubs did, she just did splattering. She just splattered for the sky, which is interesting. I never thought about doing that, but I'm not ready to do that now. So the wrong one. Oops. So let's put the sky in there. Doesn't have to be everywhere. Doesn't have to be all the stuff, but it's okay. Now, to me, I think I went a little too much detail on this one too, but I'm not going to argue. Too much detail, but that's okay. Still learning. Still learning. Well, you know what? I forgot to do the windows there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me just. Here is a couple of. And then there's another one there. There's another one there. And then here, they're arched. They're arched windows. I think this is as far as I'm going to go with these too. Maybe I'll add a little bit more detail, like a little bit more shadow. Probably do that. Okay. All right. So I'm done with that. All right. I'll try it here. I'll try the Micron pen here. Maybe I'll try it. I'll try it here. Here, here, do it there, there, Oh yeah, and then there's like little windows there. Let me see. I don't know, does it take it away or I can't tell. Can't tell. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. You know what? I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. I don't know. But what I should do is, this is actually dark. Okay, yeah, that's better. I don't know if I like the pen or not. Comment below. I don't know. Do you think I should continue with the Micron? I don't know. Okay, so the last scene had me working on the Micron and I was thinking twice about it. Now this looks kind of weird. It looks kind of funky. Actually, it should be one straight line. And yeah, there were like a couple of windows here. And I'm going to be using the number 5 Dugato. So now this one I was using this palette. I'm going to just work on it for a little bit longer. Just a little longer. Love this color. Wow. Isn't this color stunning? Jeez. I'm trying to make it like a little wash. Maybe what I could do is just because that's like kind of dark. It is in the dark. It's like in the shadow. Okay. All right. This is more shadow. That's definitely a little bit on the shadow side. It looks like there is. This, I don't want to work this to death, but it really is in the shadow. Now I'm just going to work on it a little bit, that's all. Yeah, I don't know if I did a good job doing that. One last thing. This building in the far right is really in the dark. It's really in the shadows. So let me just add shadows to that. I'm going to put a little bit more red there. I'm not comfortable enough to put people in, believe it or not. I'm not ready for that, so I'll leave that alone. So let me just, that's in shadow too. Let me just move you. That's also in shadow. Yeah, the whole building's in shadow. Okay, so with that, it lost a little definition with the windows, so I'll just put that back. Maybe I'll add a little bit of this, perhaps. Yeah, maybe. Let me see. I'll move you over here, maybe. I'm not going to work on it that much longer. That's a lot of water. Looks like there's a line there. And there's like an arch with windows. And then there's an arch there. It's a lot of water. Okay, let me see if I can move some of that water there too. Okay, so there's that. With some windows there. And it looks like there's an arch there. Okay. All right. And there's an arched window here. Arched window there. Okay, so that's it with that painting. Still have a lot to learn. Oh, let me know if you want me to continue working on this painting using the Micron pen. You know, doing the little outlines. I started there, but I don't know if I like it or not. I'm not so sure. So just let me know. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please leave comments below. Hit like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.